Apa?
Kamu dengar bunyi tuh?
Di sana suara.
Iya.
Oh.
Itu apa?
Makanya listriknya kayak nggak benar.
Jangan-jangan kagak itu lampunya.
Takutnya begitu.
Soalnya di pagi di apa enggak?
Tadi pagi nggak bunyi sih ya.
Aku juga matiin juga.
Halo Jovi Samfitra, welcome. Adrian juga halo. Game baru. Tadi mah kok udah berapa menit belum mulai-mulai. Salat dulu. Dan ya rata-rata salat 10 menit lah ya. Di ini menit ke-9 dan ini baru mulai. Tapi biasa video ini sponsor oleh para member. Ada Dan Saiful, Christopher, Tiramisu, Kuala Panda, Jimail, Faris. Thank you. Kita langsung buka aja ya gamenya biar nggak terlalu lama. Nah, ini dia. Jadi sebelum saya buka catatan sedikit. Saya sudah pernah lihat klipnya. Mindful belum. Tapi pernah kalau nggak salah stream beberapa tahun lalu. Dan itu juga cuma sekitar 1 sampai 1,5 jam aja. 1,5 jam pertama. Jadi belum bagian kesananya mah. Lihat klip sudah pernah. Tapi full experience belum. Jadi baru sekarang ya. Mari kita buka dulu. Ini versi plus jadi ada yang beda. Cuman bedanya apa saya belum tahu. Kalau nggak salah dia ada beda di UI sedikit katanya. All characters in this game are over the age of 18. Oke. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Klik. Ini pakai Renby bikinnya kalau nggak salah. Individual suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Would you like to review detailed content warning which contains spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warning can be enabled in setting venue at any time. Tulisan event sama game ini mainnya 12 unique experience teringat 50 nggak sekarang ya. Kita bisa lihat ininya dulu, tapi karena YouTuber sudah pada main, jadi aman. Jadi aman maksudnya nggak ada yang aneh-aneh gitu ya. Jadi nggak usah di spoiler aja. By play Doki-Doki, you agree that you have note the game's age rating in your region and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Sudah dikasih tahu dulu ya biar nggak ini. Saya mau lihat ini sambil ini plus difference. Nah itu dia. Oke, agree. Seingat saya nggak ada awalannya loh. Lagunya doang nggak dikasih ini. Ya jadi ini yang plus sekali lagi bukan yang ini. Jadi ada perbedaannya sedikit cuman apa belum tahu saya tapi saya lihat dulu ya. Musik sama sound cukup sih ya segini ya nggak usah digedein. Full screen fishingnya saya matiin aja biasanya begitu. Skip unseen text, skip after choice. Oke. Let's go lah. Please enter your name. Saya mau kasih nama apa karakternya? Nama doang sih.
Bocil.
Coba ini kalau ada ininya mah lumayan ya kalau ada voice act-nya. Cuman kayaknya voice act harganya bakal naik. Ini kalau nggak salah $10. Ntar ada apa aja? Tadi saya bacain dulu sebelum lah ya. 13 additional music track, 6 new side story. Oh, you can unlock this side story by writing poems. Oh gitu. Oke. HD visual. Oh jadi gambarnya lebih bagus. More than 100 unlockable image. Sama new computer feature. Oh, mail this version includes mail feature. Oke. Dapat membership card, dapat clipboard, chipboard karakter stands, vinyl sticker 17 stiker. Oh. Oke. Ini ada how to unlock all side story boleh nih. Kayaknya saya bisa biar sekalian gitu ya. How to unlock all rating point value, you can check the stories out in right chronological order. Oke. Oke lah. Hey. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out, because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this. But starting around high school, we would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Original ada gitu ada pacinonya. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe not, but only. Oh, tar. Oh, ini nama dia. Baby, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, bocil. Well, if you want to stare at you for waiting or acting weird, then I don't want them to think we are a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Coba ya. Apakah ada ini? English, Espanyol, Prancis, Jews, Italiano, Portugis. Apa itu? Rusia mungkin ya. Oh, nggak ada di sini. I guess you don't have enough money, okay? Whatever you say, Sayori. Hehehe. Nih nambah dulu $15 kasih voice act. Kayaknya bisa aja itu ditambah. Jadi itu buat ngisi terus harganya nambah jadi $15 jadi 10. Wajar itu. Atau jadi 20 gitu. Ini pasti bakal ada yang beli itu. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, streets become increasingly speckled with other students taking their daily commute. By the way, Wachil, have you decided to go on a club to join yet? Club? I told you already. I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. It's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, but I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average when spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a need in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look for a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promise though. Ini sih saya ngasih nama bocil tadi. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured with such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worries too much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Jadi di sini kelihatan kalau dia memang udah ada agak overthinking dan dia telat mulu tidurnya, itu memang signs of something gitu ya. Biasanya kan tokoh utama yang bangunnya siang mulu, ini enggak, malah si ceweknya yang bangun siang mulu, makin lama makin siang katanya bangunnya. The school days as ordinary as ever. It's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the ball, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sorry wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with an animal club. Hello? Sorry must have come into the classroom when I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I am the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing up, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori, yeah, there is no way I'm going to your club. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that he had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Ya kalau biasanya kalau bikin club at least ada 3 orang. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. I'm going to the animal club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I cannot told the club yesterday I would bring a new member, and Natsuki made up cupcakes and everything. Don't make promise you cannot keep. I cannot tell if Sayuri is really that much of an airhead or she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. A rather long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Karena tim Fantasma itu nggak kerjasama dengan tim Salvat Official, nggak menjanjikan. Sebenarnya bukan nggak menjanjikan sih, karena kalau udah gitu mah mereka juga nggak join juga nggak apa-apa gitu. Kalau gitu nggak apa-apa, karena mungkin salah satunya mungkin kurang gede ininya, jadi tidak perlu di-include ke ininya kan. Gamenya kan selesai gitu, nggak kayak RPG yang sampai berpuluh-puluh jam. Jadi kayaknya habis itu udah aja masuk sebagai mod jatuhnya atau fan translation kan. I dejectedly follow Sayuri across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayuri, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Punten, okay. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayuri always says nice things about you. Seriously? You were a boy? Why you kill the atmosphere? But you had a nice surprise. Jadi yang ini udah tahu ya. Jadi kalau ini nggak tahu siapa, tapi girl yang 3 ini tahu si Monica ya. Welcome to the club. Our words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Hello, Fari. Sorry, Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes it look like a first-year student. It's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori said it quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably mature and timid, seems to have hard time keeping up with the people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's glad to see you again, Bocho. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels like you too, Monica. Come sit down. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, got a little too excited. Then how about make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged too from a table. As I already mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over the corner of the room, while Natsuki grabs a warp tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, you ready? Ta-da! Ooh! Natsuki fills the foil tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are done with icing, and a little piece of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, just hurry up and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I cannot help but notice a sneaking glance in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. It's really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like, haven't I heard this somewhere before? Ya karena si bocilnya wibu ya, jadi ya udah sangat-sangat notice dengan kejadian seperti ini. Made them for you or anything? Hey, I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you. You know, you dummy. Alright. I give her Natsuki's sweet logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places the cup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep the whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Yeah, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decide to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing and the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather like something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica's really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised here. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the efforts to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yay! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agree. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Ya pas ini kayak lagi narik rambutnya ini. Mereka must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were also so delighted by the idea of new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with the level of the enthusiasm about literature. So, Bocio, what kinds of thing you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way to answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri tries to rim with the teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walk in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up so that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? And I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Apa judulnya? Doki-Doki Literature Club? I desperately grasped something I can relate to them, to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Why is that? Well, Natsuki eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gave you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and Give It Back. Fine. Your concepts, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sari slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on the shoulder. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poem? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you just share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes up. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing of oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reach of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set a sample and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond at the club. Isn't that right, Wojil? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Harusnya langsung musik stop itu. Sayuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Oh, chill. I'm defenseless against this gitu. Tadi pas gitu berhenti ininya, music stop gitu. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? Well, that is, I'm reading poems in the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I have decided then. I'll join the little club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you just really came for the cupcake, I would be super pissed. Then, that makes it official. Welcome to the little club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone, I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Well, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hey. Yeah. Can I really impress the class? Star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Buchel, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayuri and I never welcome together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstance, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that's start with a writing from poem tonight. Di hari pertama ya. Time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Kita bisa memilih ini. Cuman mari kita save dulu di sini ya untuk ini ya. Oh, ini ada auto save. Bentar. Kalau nggak salah nge-unlocknya dari situ. Ada yang WA, tapi saya sudah curiga biasanya kayak gini tuh yang aneh-aneh. Saya menawarkan pinjaman, gitu. Kayak macam-macam begitu. Tapi saya juga kemarin ini ganti lampu, tadi ganti lampu, terus minta nitip nomor karena gantinya hanya katanya harus jauh. Jadi saya jawab aja, kalau ternyata disuruh ini, itu saya ini aja. Udah mulai loh, bohong itu mungkin. Biasanya begitu sih. Ntar ya, saya mau cari walkthrough. Jadi saya tahu milihnya apa aja buat, karena ada side story. Jadi kita mau unlock side story-nya ya, biar nggak perlu 2 kali gitu. DDLC plus walkthrough. Apa yang harus dipilih gitu. Nah dari sini kalau di sini kan ceweknya cuma 3, si Monica memang tidak ada. Oke, nah ini dia. Choose only for the following words during the poem scenes in Act 1. Adventure, alone, amazing, awesome, ada. Bad beauty. Ini kalau di sini apa berarti? Choose only the following words. Ya bisa baca orang yang sudah tulisan, oh ya udah ada warning ya, itu mah dia aja memang. Oke, apa dulu nih? Ini pertama kan? Joy, oh ini Joy ada. Oke. Apalagi memory, oh boleh memory. Apa bed, oh bed ada. Oke. Terus apalagi nih, music ada music shy, ocean ada ocean. Exit cry ya, cry boleh ya, artnya dibagusin katanya, jadi ada dan resolusinya dinaikin jadi lebih high definition, lebih bagus. Hard holiday, hope, vivid, vacation, Valentine ada nggak ada? Alone, lollipop, oh alone ada, alone. Summer, forgive, sambil saya bagusan yang lama gitu, bagusan yang lama. Forgive ada, forgive. Hope, philosophy, bukan hope. Tidak ada hope, anxiety, existence, shame, waterfall, coba scarf, shame ada shame. Ada truth extreme, nggak ada strawberry nggak ada, sunny ada. Shoot eternity, shoot nggak ada, eternity nggak ada. Encourage, explode, Explode nggak ada, Explode disaster nggak ada. Kitty nggak ada. Kitty. Captive holiday ada. Lagi clumsy, defeat clumsy ada. Headphone, breath. Coba headphone nggak ada. Pout, spinning, pout nggak ada. Spinning nggak ada. Spinning. Pink, scar nggak ada. Scar ada scar. Ya, maksudnya artnya doang. Kalau konten mah tentu saja lebih banyak yang baru ya. Judgment, suicide nggak ada. Suicide nggak ada. Anime nggak ada. Flying ada. Oke. Calm ada. Covet, tears, sugar, tears ada. Worm, socks sebenarnya ada socks. Worm nggak ada. Worm. Twirl, tenacious D apa ya? Smile broken, smile ada. Oke. Jadi yang loncat ini semua ya, emang Sayori semua, cuman emang di sini juga Sayori. Saya discovery dari 10 sudah secret lain tambahin via email antar developer. Gitu ya. Nanti saya lihat karena itu mah saya nggak tahu itu. Saya cuma tahu key momennya aja, dan itu juga yang dulu, bukan yang sekarang, bukan yang plus. Key momennya saya tahu. Massacre, love ada. Oke. Peaceful, nibble, peaceful ada. Ada lagi tragedi, happiness, tragedi ada. Oke, good. There you go. Hi again, Bocil. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Saya minum dulu ya, ini bakal banyak ngomong jadi. Ya, aku merasakannya ini panas. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping all your promise, Bojil. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like you deserve any slack. Sorry told me you didn't even want to join the clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, gitu. Nah, ini suggest mereka kelas 3 ya, yang memang kalau kelas 3 itu umur udah 17-18 kalau ini mah. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back to her seat. Don't worry guys, Bocil always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with this busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room, how dependable. Sayori, that's because your work is so messy. It's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Ya, kalau bisa dia gitu, saya malah curiga jangan-jangan dia bukannya nggak sengaja hampir kebakar rumahnya. Gimana kalau ternyata sengaja beneran mau dibakar? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Bocil can become good friends too? No. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Sayori even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. Was it? No, never mind. Sorry made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Eh? I'm sorry, really. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It's make me happy for no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. He will reach into the bag and pulls out the book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention. Keep your attention if you don't usually read, and we could, discuss it if you want. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? So even pick out books, the things I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. As everyone settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down to the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literal related by myself like this? Oh, suara si Stephanie maksudnya istrinya Mepet. Ya cocok kenapa? Karena dia mah nggak sendiri, jadi ada pengisi suara yang lain itu pas. Ayo, jadi sayang kamu bacain ininya nggak? Apa kamu bantu membacakan ke ini?
Kamu menceritakan.
Oh?
Kenapa?
Ya, karena ada suara yang perempuan, jadi lebih pas gitu. Nanti ada bagian ceweknya tuh, coba kamu baca aja gitu. As usual. Oh? Baik. I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I should probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening on Sayuri's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs though. Well, we cannot give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature club is all about. The problem is that the idea of literature club sounds too dense and intellectual, but it's not like that at all. We just need a way to showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it is a literal event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, And after they go, we can do the things to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayuri is taking this really seriously. It's rare to read her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? I guess we could... Cupcake! Yeah, good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcake. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work on the details on the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayuri is still her usual self. But therein lies the expected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all. Sayuri can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I cannot help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eye. Oh. I open my eyes to find Ferry's face filling my vision and really fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait, actually I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in the club, you're gonna have less time for anime, You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica's overheard. It's true though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. Hehehe. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You'll still oversleeping every day, isn't you? Eh? Not every day. It's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you got out on time? That's a secret. I know it. Come on, at least give me the benefit of a doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayuri, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayuri glanced around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out around here. Ah! I ran my fingertips down to the side of Sayuri's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There is more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there is a toothpaste stain on your collar right there. I tried to wipe out the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Kalau personalnya masing-masing memberikan sudah di foreshadowing sejak awal, tapi versi dark dari mereka. Iya, yang pertama kelihatan sih ini dulu. Ada yang paling jelas. Jadi sign-nya udah ada, tanda tanyanya sudah ada. Cuman kita mungkin nggak terlalu notice karena apalagi kalau yang belum mikir kalau ini game horror ya. Tapi kalau udah mikir kalau ini sebenarnya game horror itu udah kepikiran. Ini memang udah tanda-tanda kayak tidurnya kan gitu, tidurnya telat mulu kayak gitu. Itu memang signs of depression ini. Kalau yang satu lagi kan kayak masih malu-malu gitu, malu-malu sama ini kan. Hey Sakbridge, of course they would gitu. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Unfortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you Mini, and you don't even keep your blazer button up. To main VN, justru uploadan pertama saya adalah VN Klanad. Saya bilang bukan to main VN, sudah lama saya tidak baca VN. Silakan duduk. Ininya bisa turun. Karena kamu harus ngisi suara juga. Duduk. Ntar saya adjust mic dulu ya. And you don't even keep your blazer button up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't even have a boyfriend yet? Baca. Dat.
Gini. Gak, nanti aku jadi tukang ini.
Ya baca aja. Gak apa ini aja.
That's so funny.
Sorry, but you'll thank me later. Asal terbatan dari blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind.
This is so fun.
What is?
Oh kamu ya? Oh aku ya?
Udah baik lagi.
Well,
Sekalian belajar bahasa Inggris ini.
Bella.
Dari mana kelihatannya?
I was just thinking how weird it is to have this apa ini? Kind of thing.
So.
Mereka melakukan apa?
Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Baka.
It's okay though.
Total.
Oh.
Nah, kurangin sedikit.
Udah panik sesuatu. Kenapa aku senang? Apa deh? Apa itu? Unhappy. Do I like it?
Nah.
Aku nggak nampak.
Emang harus ada satu sini. Angkanya dari sini kok. Nah.
Oh gini.
Dari gini.
Bella.
Nah, di just biar ada lebih ini. Nah.
Agak sedikit. Udah, I'm happy with it.
Oh ya, yeah. We will like this. Aren't you? Ayo, salah.
Anjing.
I guess.
Hey, be careful. The button might come off.
Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near the chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? Gua main dulu, oke?
It did when I got it.
If you ever button it, you could have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? Kamu sendiri senyum ini kenapa?
Gak apa-apa.
Dia senyum beneran deh.
It means my boobs got bigger again. Kan aku
Don't say that out loud.
udah.
Oh yeah. Anyway, you look much better now. So, why does it feel strange to see Sayuri blazer button up like that?
But it's so stuffy. Oh.
Udah, gitu maksudnya.
Oh.
Gitu.
Gimana sih?
Oke, kan.
Gitu? Nggak buat itu adalah.
Sayuri hastily unbuttons her blaze once more.
Ini kamu mana tuh? Pasti kok.
Ini game horror.
Jadi kok begini?
Awalannya doang.
Tuh.
And so much better. Tiba-tiba Sayuri jadi laki.
It's so much better.
Sayuri puts her arms out and twirls around.
So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right?
What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing?
Because if I had a boyfriend, then he won't even let you do this thing. Aku tidak bisa melanjutkan membacanya. Ini kayak game itu. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned.
Stop saying all these embarrassing things.
I didn't say anything embarrassing.
Jeez. Memalukan, embarrassing tuh.
Enggak,
Embarrass?
Embarrass.
Gak apa-apa lah. Oh, apa Inggrisnya broken juga gak apa-apa lah. Nantanya. Begini.
Harus belajar.
Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier.
Only if you focus on going to bed earlier.
Fine. Is it?
I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
So maybe you sold some
Shoot.
comb.
Shoot
Comb.
saja shoot.
Suit?
L-nya nggak dibaca langsung.
Suit, come wake me up in the morning.
You're doing it again, Sayuri.
Ow. But it was a joke at that time. I wasn't.
Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes.
Open it, right?
Satu lagi.
Okay, everyone.
Monica suddenly calls out.
Why don't we share the foam reward now?
Oh.
Yay!
Bareng semua, iya gitu.
What's your? I can't wait to read yours.
Yes, same. I feel so enthusiastic, but Sayuri still throws away to retrieve her pool.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I wrote to Desert Island. I can't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now.
Ada yang beli
Okay,
tuh.
cepat. Baca ini nih.
Goyang dia. Tuh, geser. Oh, tuh. Atau lagi kurang.
Ada yang. Sabar ya. Ya lama.
Tentu saja anak-anak itu. Tentu saja anak itu yang nanya doang. Jangan nggak beli. We're back. Saya ini kesenggol mulu.
Apa?
Ini ya. Miring lagi. Serem amat ya tadi miring. Waifu saya Sayori. Sampai mana? Kamu yang ngomong ini udah.
Oh, aku ya, belum. Well, now everyone will be, why don't you find someone to share with?
Oke.
I can't wait.
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically put up their poems. Sayori is on the wrinkled sheet of loose leaves torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where is it. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bag. I do the same myself.
Apa? So my was siapa
Karena-
Natsuki?
Natsuki belum ada ya? Halo Makwa. Natsuki emang kamu belum lihat sih yang karakter satu ini. Di sini Sayori kalau ini karena kita pilih pilihannya yang pertama ininya Sayori, jadi Sayori dulu. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first.
Oh, Sayori.
She's my good friend after all.
Oh my goodness. This is so good, Bocil.
Eh?
I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer.
Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Kopi nggak kayaknya nggak ada.
Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you didn't like it just because I wrote it?
Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than other people, you know. So, when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a bocil poem. Ya Allah, aku masa apa ini?
Ya ngasih, nggak, namanya jadi pas gitu. That's, belum itu masih kamu.
And that's make it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feeling in it.
Sayori hugs the seat against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori.
I'm really happy that you were done. It just remind me of how you are really part of group now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Bocil. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new thing like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayur. It's okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if Sayuri sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I cannot deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all,
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have a lot of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
alright, I'm going to hold you on that then.
Yay! Now you are my home too, right? Right. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Oh, ini ininya.
So dia gitu ya.
Puisi ceritanya. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making the rub the sleepy for my eyes. Now, are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to whisk away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not. Aku baca. Aku tidak bisa baca puisi biasa. Ya udah, kamu yang baca. But I'm not mad. Karena ceritanya bisa di scroll. Tulisannya, kertasnya bisa di scroll. I want breakfast. Oke. Kok terakhirnya begitu? Sayuri, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
Just a little bit.
You can answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Dia bangunnya siang. Yeah, especially the last line.
I made egg and toast.
Even though you were late at school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
Begitu deh. This was so much fun.
So, nya aneh kan? Nya agak berlebihan.
Monica's the best.
Ah, yeah. But next time I won't forget. Oh, kamu yang baca itu.
But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna wear the best from
Ever.
ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my phone to? Nasuki, Yuri, Monica. Siapa aja boleh. Terserah sih, Monica. Monica, kamu mau mandi aja.
Hi, Bocil.
Oh, belum.
Having a good time so far?
Ah, yeah, good. Good.
Glad to hear it. By the way, since you are new and everything, if you ever have any suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Ini kalau dari kacamata anime, menurutmu gimana? Ini kan bau-bau anime, tapi apakah kamu sudah menotis sesuatu?
Tentu saja belum. Apa-apa,
Ya,
aku udah di
sambil jalan.
tengah-tengah.
Of course, I'll be afraid to bring this up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Bocil. We're a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past it.
Soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my phone.
I like this one. It make me think of something Sayuri would like.
Is that so?
You and Sayuri are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common.
Well, we may be good friends, but Sawyer and I are actually really different.
Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect.
Kalau yang ini L-nya
Wood.
nggak usah
Gimana
dibaca,
tuh?
wood aja.
Wood.
WUD udah.
Oh, wood.
Itu juga
You would.
SUD, should, would, could.
Enggak dibaca. Oh ya.
Langsung
Would
aja.
expect. The way she talk about you, it sound like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you saw it in a different way, it end up being more similar than you think. Dah. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem.
You sure you're not reading into it too much?
I could be.
Could be.
Could.
Langsung aja could.
Kebiasaan. Oh gosh, I sound like you. But in any case, saya shooting is kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she like explaining with emotion, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy will enjoy setting too?
Yeah, that's totally unexpected.
Well, to each other, each their own. And you should be afraid to experiment a little bit either.
I'm sure I end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try next thing, a new thing.
New things.
New, yeah. That's the best way to find a kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little blessed toward their own kind of style. But I'll always help you find that what suits you more, suit you the most. So don't force yourself toward the way everyone else wants you to run. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Gitu. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know.
I see. Well, let's read it then.
Coba gue baca. Hole in the wall. Kau yang baca.
Hole in wall.
Hole in the wall.
It couldn't have been me.
See? The
direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. A real, blind, like a film that out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scores with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choice. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Karena aku udah tahu plot nih, kan gamenya agak lama.
Oh.
Jadi aku tahu maksudnya kemana ini. Baiklah.
So, what do you think?
It's very freedom, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for the feedback.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. There's a lot of whom have been putting emphasis on the timing between word and rhymes. When film outload, it can be really powerful. What's the
inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently.
Epiphany apa itu? Coba. Epiphany.
Epiphany.
Epiphany. Oh, dia mendapat pencerahan maksudnya. Pencerahan. Dia ada pencerahan ini, oke?
It's been influencing my poem a bit. Poems.
Epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly.
Itu cahayanya sangat terang.
Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you are writing a poem or a story, you then get to fixate on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you will never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up a little. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle in ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening.
Mayanya capek ya.
Natsuki?
Belum pernah lihat Natsuki.
Kok cewek semua? Ah bener-bener kayak ini game ini.
Nah, awalnya memang kayak gitu. Kamu udah mengganti pemain.
Well, it's about what
Nanti aku baca. Aku lagi yang baca semua. That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said I was bad. I just didn't evoke I just didn't evoke any emotion. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste.
Ini aku yang ngomong harusnya.
Aku udah salah ini. Tapi aku mau lanjut ah. Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Ini kayaknya yang tukang-tukang apa itu?
Judulnya?
Eagles can fly, monkey can climb, cricket can leap, horse can race, owl can sing, cheetah can run, eagles can fly, people can fly, but that's about it. Udah. Yeah. I told you that you were not gonna like it.
I like it.
What?
Just be
honest.
I am.
Well,
Why are you so convinced that I would like it?
Well, because everyone in high school think that everything has to be sophisticated and stuff. I am. Some people don't even take my writing seriously. But
Isn't it the point of poems for people to express themselves? The writing style would make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. Like when it's easy to read, but it hits your heart.
But hits your heart. Oh.
Ini kayaknya tipikal yang sosok mahir ya, like in
Yeah.
this book. Seeing everyone around you do good thing can be really disheartening.
Disheartening tuh ya.
So I decided to write about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it put more weight on the word. Like I set up off the rim at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helped bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Nasuke is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Satu lagi ya. Nah, yang apa cewek-cewek kayak yang di Karanoke Yokai itu, mbak-mbak pendiam itu. Enggak, nadanya yang Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passed, more than enough time for her to finish reading.
Oh, so sorry, I forgot to start speaking.
Halo Hanata. It's fine. Don't force yourself.
I'm not. I just need to put my talk into words. Hold on. Okay?
Okay.
This is your first time meeting a woman, like.
Yeah. Why do you ask?
I'm just making sure. I guess that it may be after you don't talk.
So it's that bad.
No. That just is my voice. I'm sorry. Sumimasen
ini
gitu.
lebih
Sumimasen desta.
mending kayak empo itu yang di ini yang di baju itu. Maaf. Ya, itu versi Indonesianya ya. Kalau di anime kan dia bilang sumimasen gitu. Maaf. Bang Yuri, saya lihat. Tadi dia hilang. Nunggu.
Sepertinya aku juga butuh minum.
Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it has been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. I might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. Fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
Like, it just that there are specific wording habit that are usually typical of new readers. And having been taught that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize is in new weather is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up the things styles from the topic matter and they form it up from it, the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are
Weekend.
Tunggu, aku mau jadi coba casual you dulu.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changed. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for.
Mungkin adanya mau diturunin.
Coba. There are so many different skill and technique that go into writing even a simple. Enggak pandai. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It may take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the group give you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be little bit biased.
Bias? How?
Well, never mind. I'll soon be taking about people like that. So, sumimasen.
Pakai bahasa ini, punten. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought, the process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if there's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost made the light.
Those under the light.
Under.
The trendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the ember glow. Bathing. Must be this one. The last remaining streetlight have withstood the test of time. The last get to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Puisnya bagus. Dibandingkan yang lain.
Dibandingkan yang ketiga lagi.
Saya Sunda yang belas. I'm sorry, I have such a dull handwriting.
Ya memang tulisannya ada sambung. What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Eh? That's only.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, I was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poem.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you feel like it.
You like that?
I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I want to add something a little more mild, something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you the ghost?
Actually, the story isn't about the ghost at all, about chill.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that the poets often
Poets, yeah,
express
the
their
poetry,
own
puisi.
feeling and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being
Symbolically.
symbolically compared to a ghost lingering in her cement piece of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
It's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Well, it made me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up all
These
these
things
things too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you.
I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. I was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone's judging me for mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there is no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I'd end up getting myself into. Hi, cuteling. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expression change. Ada apa?
Nggak ada.
Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Nothing. Sasuke dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Do you completely miss the symbolism of something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that, I just meant the language, I guess. Hey, that's cute link. Makasih sudah follow. Welcome di channel Twitch saya. The language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say?
Soalnya sudah berubah.
Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for a suggestion, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. I only like it, and Bochil did too. So based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Bochis liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Kursinya nyangkut.
Tentu saja keselnya kepada
Ya, ini kayaknya lagunya beda ya. Asal nyolok. Benerin mic lagi ya. Benerin mic lagi ke atas, ke posisi atas.
pengisi suaranya kecape. Suaranya udah sah.
belum terbiasa lagi itu.
Iya sih. Biasanya aku dari pagi sampai sampai siang ini.
Saya kan guru. Saya kan guru, jadi harusnya ya bukan harusnya. Biasanya kuat. Dan akhir-akhir ini selama corona jadi ini ya. Jadi kurang. That's not what I. You just stand up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Bosil appreciate my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? Udah. No, if I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as a bocil starts showing up. mulai mainan fisik ya. Natsuki, that's little. This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turn towards me, as if they just nothing I was standing there. Bocil, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump after the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning to the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only necessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Bocil? Well, how did I get back to this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, there's going to. Ntar ya, saya lihat walkthrough lagi. Seperti biasa, lihat ininya. Di sini ya satu di antara dua ini katanya. Yang ini jangan justru. Oke. Yuri ya. Oke. Natsuki, you're right that I like your poem. See? Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's not so secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting their feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Oh, ini baru pilihannya di sini. Yuri means well, and if you just told him how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenched her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being divine only because she can handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look all your face right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatched her own poem off the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at the desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in a ejected chair. Everything's alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I act like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri, how would anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone did. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Bochil. You're too kind. I'm thankful that you have to have you part of this crowd now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel down by sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. How about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a great thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better? I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone's like. With any like, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Bochil, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier, what do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like this. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion. That's all. I can see why they'll make good friends with you. Whew. It's nice that I get to spend time with you in a club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught into the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see in the future holds. What the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori in the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Leroy, bukan? Oke, kata ininya. Kita save lagi dulu ya. Ya, di sini mah lanjut aja katanya. Pick any words di act 2 katanya. Oh, tar. Click on load game and try to load the auto save. Ini auto save. Coba. Saya udah nge-save ya. Hi again, Bochil. Glad to see you didn't run away this on us. Don't worry. This might be a little strange to me, but at least I keep my word. Oh ini mah ini. Gak ada lagi. Memang tadi ya. I find myself. Oh ini mah awal banget ini, justru malah auto save-nya bukan yang ini. Udah lanjut aja dulu nih ya. Kalau di sini mah katanya apa? Pilih yang mana saja. Write a poem in 20 seconds or less katanya. Nah gitu. Another day passed and it's time for the club meeting already. I've got a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual skin greets me. Hi, Bochil. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're going in good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club. That's all. Saya baca lagi ya, takutnya ini. Oh ya. There's a pretty simple things to get you in a good mood. Oh ya, tar. Udah jam 5, saya tutup toko dulu. Okay. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. It's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just want to look at it. Sayori nervously relieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I know it. I can see right through you, Sayori. It's not fair. How did you even know? Simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you wouldn't have bought a snack before coming in the club room. So either you're not hungry and want to excuse to take a walk, or you plan to go conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice as she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Boccia to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Beratnya, I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into the book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could do that. You're right though. I did something bad and I know I have to accept the retribution. That. Still, coming from you, sorry. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't she? Don't let her fool you. Don't even try to school you. Sari knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if I went for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give him more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles into the desk. What's this? That was a cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glanced around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that once almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab over the cupcakes. It was only worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Kamu gak hugs Natsuki? Jeez, just eat it. Sayori really tears up on the wrapper and takes a bit bite. Oh, good. Sayori suddenly claps her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're getting through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Oh, yours look really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arm around her. Jeez, I get it. Toki still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Oh. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safely. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glanced around. Monika isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where is Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I would be surprised. Ya, punya pacar maksudnya. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. Hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monika chose the club over the boyfriend? After all, you're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glanced at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Ya, ini rada sus ya. Piano? I wasn't aware you play music as well, Monika. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monika. Monika looks at me. Maybe was a little bit better, I will. Yay, that sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Bojil. Monika smiled sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry, I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escaping. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone's already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm really curious to talk about Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. Looks like the same book as she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she knows I've been looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deep in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm here just rereading. I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book that you gave me, right? I want to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, just curious, but how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What is it about, anyway? Yuri closed the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationship and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from strange and new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be naive, the naive one of letting their story one-sided morals intervene with the villain's plans. I'm rambling. Ya, saya juga tidak ngerti maksud kalimatnya apa itu. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry to end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start taking so hulking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly read. Huh? Mungkin dia bakal manggil lagi. I quickly retrieved the book I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little offensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in a company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulders as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, huh? Don't you? I do? I haven't really meant to. Sorry, I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closed her own copy. Once we each lean a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm to hold the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under the thumb after it flips to the side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry, I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over to Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asked me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assumed that she finished the page before me, so I turned it by my own volition. Oh, CNN, bukan BBC. Oh, okay. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over her side as it catches another home thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerism. I see. You will remain silent for a moment. But Bochil, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poem with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down? I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri released her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. Ntar. Kembali saya takut salah aja deh. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have to be much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first two chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left in the book, then slip it back to my bag. Di sini nggak ada sih. Bentar. Oh gitu. Nah, sekarang lanjut aja lah kalau gitu. Oh, I like this one, Ochil. Has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Still though, your tone makes it sound like you like yesterday's poem better. I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know a little too well for my own good. Well, don't just try to be nice about it. I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it. No, I still like this one, I promise. You know, I wouldn't lie to you, Bochil. Never, even. Yeah, I guess so. What made everyday poem so great compared to this one, then? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess everything feeling is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Aren't you at least giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep that in mind. Foreshadowing something. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Well, wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah, I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can see you liking something sad, Sayuri. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sayuri, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Bocil. I should go write that down this. You can read my poem now, okay? Mau dibaca? Yang ini? Nggak, dilihat aja sih. Yang punya si ini. Yang punya Sayuri. Betul. I pop off my skull like lid of cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine are rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there is no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottle, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friends after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper, my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelves could use more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and come in my friend. In come my friends. In they come, such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Heavy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo inside my head. Gimana?
Kok aneh gitu nih ya?
Apa yang kamu rasakan di situ gitu?
Apa yang dimasuk ke botol itu?
Hah?
Apa yang disimpan di botol itu?
Kayak kalau aku menangkapnya kayak perasaan gitu. Cuman ketika dia mau ngasih ke teman malah jatuh, pecah tuh. Happy thoughts kan gitu.
Tersampaikan ya?
Nah, jadi ya kayaknya intinya mau ke situ, perasaan yang tidak tersampaikan. Halo mau kasih. Holy crap! So did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not really. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Ah, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me to understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? Hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sorry, I always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this one of these times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Next. Tadi tuh abis ini Monica ya? Biar urutannya agak sama. Ya, Monica dulu.
Iya, Monica.
Hi again, Bochil. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess I think that as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for the day? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Ponika. Alright, great job, Bochil. I was going in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Maksudnya mah any persen. Karena saya mencet gitu kan. Jadi kata-katanya nggak ada yang dipilih, pencet semua dengan asal. Jadi ini adalah puisi yang berjudul Any Percent. I guess I underestimated you. It's earliest for me to keep everyone's expectation low. That way I always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out a bit. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuance. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. And I've really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere at the level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do. Alright, let's take a look. Sayang. Puisi selanjutnya. Mbak Monica.
Mbak Mon?
Monica nama majalah dulu kan?
Tahu. Emang ada majalah?
Ada Monica kalau nggak salah. Dia sini sama Bobo lah.
Aku ingatnya gadis.
Ini mau majalah anak-anak Monica.
Oh, nggak tahu.
Kan Bobo dan Bebek,
Ada satu judul.
Monica.
Oh, ada satu judul majalah aku lupa.
Apa?
Kayak aku lupa judulnya, cuma isinya
Kartun-kartunnya
anak.
juga.
Tapi bukan Bobo. Aku dulu sering belinya yang udah majalah potong.
Oh,
Dulu kan ada.
I hate this game so much.
Kamu tahu majalah potong itu?
Majalah potong.
Majalah bekas yang sudah lebih, tapi nggak terlalu lama. Jadi kalau setengah bulan dia dipotong separuh, nanti udah sebulan dia potong semua. Sempet ada.
Save me katanya. The colors they won't stop.
I hate this game so much.
Bright, beautiful door. Colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Oh, like playing sin cosinus, sinus cosinus sama tangan kan? Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Save me. Load me.
Apa maksud?
Itu term game. Save, kalau ini bukan di load kan? Siapa namanya? Gak kelihatan. Manolia ya? Manolia. Halo Manolia. Terima kasih sudah nyasar di channel ini. Nyasar. Shoot.
Siapa tadi, si Monica ya?
Monica tuh.
Monica yang
Mbak yang ini.
oh yang itu.
Yang tipikal anime girl yang standar banget gitu. Very standar.
Jadi kenapa dia?
It's even more abstract than the last one, huh?
Ya.
Rather lebih abstract, you know. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just that kind of thing I never really seen before, I guess. But load. Apa ya? I never said that. It's just that's kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how space your words can totally change the mood of the poem.
Mau.
It's almost like magic. Ada dua lagi. Biar kamu baca.
Aku nengok di sini aja deh.
It's almost like magic. The way I wrote it, the lines really short, makes me feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. You see, it's still hard for me to tell what is it about. What is it about, though? Sometimes asking what the poem is about is the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? Dia udah langsung ini. Oh, udah ada something. Udah notice. Jangan lupa di save katanya. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Next, Natsuki. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Whew. Feel what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take it as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. What makes you? Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Aha, glad to see someone recognize my experience. Well, then keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me that Asuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength, but you'll never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type of all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so lovely spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging you around that weight. Ugh, that was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show my poem. Here. Ayo, mau dibaca? Kamu sedang bacanya? Sedang bacanya?
Tidak, aku hanya melihat dari sini. Bacalah, aku memulai dari sini.
Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobby. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She is gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Aku ngelihatnya sih kalau dari ininya ya, dia kayak jealous ke si Emi. Hah? Jealousy. Maksudnya ke situ. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is really straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone who would agree the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I want it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid of people find out that make fun of you or think less of you. But it just makes people stupid. Who cares that someone likes? As long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy, I think people really need to learn to respect others who are liking weird things. Well, you are definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best. After all, I don't like being writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Apa lagi? Let's see what you're written for today. You started the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Rachel, how did you pick up this? How did you pick up on this so quickly? Oh, selesainya juga cepet loh, Mbak. Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why you did a good job explaining. I really want to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even the hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before he speaks, though I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing just makes me really happy. Are you saying you never share your writings before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Tadi ya. Ini ininya. Puisinya yang punya Mbak siapa? Mbak Yuri. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread from a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scattering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an nggak baca. Apa ini? Ordinary human? Unordinary human? I gave the raccoons a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the conscious consequence, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its face and reflects that much more light of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement, a wish of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. Gimana menurutmu? Tulisannya pada berubah gitu, nggak kayak hari sebelumnya. Ya, halo Jajrit. Ya, Doki-Doki masih awal ini. Belum ini. Karena game ini salah satu yang bagus sebenarnya. Belum aja karena kayak apa? Visual novel memang biasanya begini, kayak novel kan pondasinya sangat-sangat lama sebelum akhirnya turun ke ini. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if this is my fault, but I can begin to imagine what his poem is about. That's right, it's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take a face follow, then I can even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Now that's funny. Did Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed to a strange interest? She did? Yeah. She was talking about it, how it doesn't matter that you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies, but I suppose it's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay, well, thank you for saying it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Okay everyone, we're all done reading his other poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sweet at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. You really have to do something to the festival. It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We're not embarrassing ourselves instead of getting a new member. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well in the last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sarah has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlet we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica, yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori is putting on all the process in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori has been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't really start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's a bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poem with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud to the whole room full of people. I guess I can overlook that. So I'm sorry. But I think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each out put a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone that literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others, to inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it all takes standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Ntar ya. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I just have to get it over it. Alright. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glanced around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be that for me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move to the main event. I want each of you choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting it in front of each other. No way, Monica. This is just too sudden. Well, if you can recite your poem in front of the club, how can you expect it to do it in front of a stranger? Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off everyone. I start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go and ask? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips to the notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something this done before, or is this simply unnatural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finished the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper with her hand and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over the podium. The poem is called... Yuri actually glances each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After the Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of what twists and turns in the structure that he enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse of the revealing fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back to reality and glances around her as she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition he deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. That was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down to the court for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops off the chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think it's like when you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so I'll come out the best that way. See. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery set like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read on this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it comes from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when he said he likes my poem. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finished, and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Bochi like it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery would work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. That's well, I've been practicing that kind of thing, and it's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay, now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Bochil. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well as Bochil lower everyone's standard a little more if I have to do it. Natsuki? Fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much fun. I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite of that, I finish. I receive applause anyway. Sorry, but I'm really good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then, let's just leave you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets off the seat and makes her way into the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once you start reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. Well, she's a little enthused. The poem is a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they're bounced up and down, as it's giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applaud. She hops back to her seat. It wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of the other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. I'm surprised, Natsuki. I think it would be better the other way around. Well, that's just how it is, so, well, I guess in that case, you won't have much time to worry about the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you will have an idea of what's like now. Make sure to pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me feel really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write a poem for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nice so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright, I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayuri and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. It is for the sake of the club, and I'm impressing Monica then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayuri? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Wishil. You don't have to say it. Oh, whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayuri once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayuri is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayuri? Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayuri fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asks to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, I would walk home with Yuri. I would still walk home with Sayuri. Oh, kayak gini ya. Sayuri, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you all seem to really like going home together. I won't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Wojciech. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri will deserve it if he wants it. So, sorry, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Waalaikumsalam. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird thing for Sairi to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Ya, dilanjut besok. Masih belum ini ya, masih belum apa, masih surface, masih belum masuk ke intinya, belum datang, belum apa yang ditunggu-tunggu belum datang. Jadi segitu aja dulu, thank you. Mari kita exit dulu, cheers to one. Yep. Oh, ini plusnya ya, ada UI ininya. Oh, ada desktopnya, dan ini jamnya bener, ini jam sekarang. Side story, file, mail, picture, music. Oh, picture. Oh, ini picture dari wallpaper. Oh, ada gini-gininya ya. Ini kayak Windows 10, Windows 10-an tuh. Oh. Halo Agi, sketch of Sherry first CD with... Oh, jadi ada begininya ya. Dan bisa di set wallpaper. Oh. Ini juga musik yang dipakai. Oh, jadi dia ini yang plusnya UI baru. Menarik. Inboxnya masih kosong. File, karakter game, internal attribution, reset.sh. Monica Natsuki Sayori Yuri. Oh, ini dia game. Audio, fonts, image, words. Oh, ada ininya nih, scripts. Ini kayak explorer kecilnya. Side story. The side story is a story of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6, try writing from 4 different characters and viewing their special scenes in the DLC. Ini put ya, trust, understanding. Part 1, understanding part 2. Oh gitu. Oke. Ada gitunya. Jadi kalau ceritanya buka game ini. Oh gitu. Oke. Jadi ini plusnya, jadi kita tidak perlu keluar game. Jadi dikasih Windowsan di dalam buat ngecek. Ya kalau keluar dia balik lagi ke sini. Kalau kita quit dari sini, baru quit, baru ke situ. Itu bedanya. Oke, karena sudah maghrib jadi segitu aja dulu. Besok ini Agi baru datang lagi, tapi ini saya biasanya kalau stream sore dari asar sampai maghrib, asar Jakarta ya sampai maghrib Jakarta, jadi lumayan capek ini 2,5 jam, dan ini masih prolog bisa dibilang, masih awal, kita belum masuk ke ini ya, belum masuk ke intinya, tapi nanti besok lanjut besok. Ini udah 2,5 jam kan, karena visual novel jadi full ngomong. Jadi cukup capek. Saya ingat waktu itu udah pernah rekaman itu juga jam 8 sampai jam 10 waktu itu. Karena mantap itu. Kering langsung ini mulut. Masih nonton, tunggu lagi besok. Sama ya, setengah 4 lah kurang lebih. Tapi biasa video ini sponsori para member. Ada Densaipul, Christopher, Tiramisu, Kuala Panda, Zimain sama Faris. Di Twitch ada Adrian, ada Rockip, ada Fahri, Makoa, sama Cute Link, sama tadi yang follow siapa itu saya lupa. Di YouTube ada Bongo, ada Remio, ada istri saya, ada Jajrit, ada Jovi, ada Hanata, ada Umam, ada 2000 Island, ada Sak Bleach, terus Ayu. Kayaknya tadi sih ada lagi di atas siapa ya? Faris. Ya, itu. Thank you. Lagunya ini lagu Phil Collins.